It's match week 15. It continues this afternoon. Dunbeholden against Molynes United in the first game of the doubleheader here. And grey skies at the moment, in a literal sense, as well as emotionally, based on what's been happening over the last few days. Pretty cool conditions compared to other times that we've been here. Just 27 degrees Celsius and wind 21 kilometers per hour. Yeah, the communities around the surrounding area still mourning the fact that one of our youngsters, one of our star ballers, he was killed just a couple of days ago. Omar Leng, Cavalier player, as well as St. Andrew Technical High School standout. And it really has been a horrifying last few days. And wherever you're watching all over the world, thank you so much for joining our coverage here on the Home of Champions. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Chris Taylor just to show you what's been happening in match week 15. Cumberland with that 2-0 win over Cavalier. Mount Pleasant beating Montego Bay United by 3-0. Tivoli with a 1-0 victory over Vere United, while Arnett Gardens blanking Harbourview by 3-0. And of course, the second game of this doubleheader, we'll see Waterhouse tackling Portmore United a little bit later on under the lights here at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. As we take a look at what took place yesterday, the highlights that some of you may have witnessed, and of course the first game between Cavalier against and Humber Lion, and Humber Lion really went out of the blocks quickly in this one, Chris.
Yeah, good win for Humber Lion, just their second of the season, and a brace for Kemar Mullins to take his tally for the season up to 3. But yeah, certainly a big 3 points for Andrew Price, as his team have been struggling in 9th position in the table. And yeah, that was a big win for them. And you can understand why Cavalier were just not at their best.
Arnett Gardens, by the way, recorded a 3-0 win over Harbourview. And we figured that Harbourview, they were turning the corner, but Arnett Gardens came roaring back from their previous game. And came up with an easy win in the end.
Yeah, Kimani Arborn with his fifth of the season. So too Marlon Allen. Exciting 3 up front for the Arnett Gardens, and certainly in terms of their bench, they have exciting players to come on in forward positions. One of the more enterprising teams going forward, and they showed that in their 3-0 win. Fabian Reed back in form as well. He was out for a while with injury, and getting his 3rd of the season, and a thumping performance. As I say, Harbourview really struggling and not getting on the sheets at all.
Yeah, Arnett Gardens, of course, now in 2nd position with the win on 31 points. It's a point behind Dunbeholden, who can in fact stretch their lead. But if Dunbeholden draw and Waterhouse win later today, or even if Dunbeholden lose obviously and Waterhouse win later today, we'll have new leaders in the Jamaica Premier League. Waterhouse will be back on top. Mount Pleasant climbing the table at 28 points, and there's a bit of a gap between 4th and 5th at the moment, as Cavalier and of course Harbourview, they stalled. Tivoli Gardens will be grateful with that win. They're within touching distance of the playoff spot on 18 points. Of course, let's hear from the coaching staff of Mullins United as they prepare for this, or Dunbeholden first, as they prepare for this game.
Ricky, Dunbeholden still on top of the table. Added pressure for your boys. How are they managing that coming into match week 15?
Well, they're managing it well. We talk about a few things that crept into our game last week, and we work on our weakness in this week in the training. So we're looking forward to this game.
I know that last week was very disappointing to you. How important it is for when you have the lead to kill off the games and really close it out well?
Yeah, it's very important. We see we're all over the world in world football. Whenever you get chances and don't score them and don't kill teams off, they always come back and haunt you. So we know today we've got to get that out the way, score the goals, and these teams that are below us, we keep them below us.
And Tafara had gone a bit through a bit of a dry spell, getting a goal in the last one. First man in the Premier League this season in double figures. Is his confidence back and ready to score more?
Yeah, he's working. He has realized that he hasn't been at his best, and we spoke to him about it. He also confronted us, asking us what he could do. We just tell him keep working and go back to what he was doing before.
Last week you were very disappointed in terms of the performance of the team to give up the 3 points. What did you say to the team going into that team meeting?
Well, going into the team meeting, all we said together, like, we have to just come again. We have to close out the game from early and just put away all the chances that we have.
obviously the chemistry with this unit and you involved as well, very good. But what do you think goes wrong in the second half? Because it's not the first time that you've given up points so far this season like that. What do you think you need to do? Is there a lack of concentration?
No, it's not that. It's lack of concentration. We just need to be more organized. And when we start the game, we always keeping the ball. But in the second half, we tend to go defensive. So what we plan to do now is play the full 90, 110 minutes, same like how we start the game.
And of course, your striker Peter McGregor is our player to watch, and really an outstanding youngster in my opinion, even from his schoolboy football games. Again, one of the players seeking to make a good transition to the senior level and make his mark.
4 goals so far this season. The former McGrath standout, their number 10, and he has been a really good partner for Ataparoy Bygrave with his strength, power up front, and as I said, 4 goals already and 1 assist to join with the league's leading goal scorer.
Let's see what Mullins United have been up to preparing for this game.
Pretty good run of results recently, 3 wins from 5 matches. Well performed so far?
Yeah, definitely, because we get the youngsters in and we try to keep them together. So they're working very hard in training, and the results are showing.
Are you a little bit disappointed last week? Of course, you went up a two-goal lead early, but didn't really kill off the game. Is that something that you're a bit disappointed about at the end of it all?
Nevertheless, it was a victory for us, 3 points, which really matter. The scoreline, yes, we get a lot of opportunities. I should have taken more, but the good thing for us is that we get the victory.
And today a tough matchup coming against the Premier League leaders. How do you feel about that encounter?
Oh wow, yes, Dunbeholden. They're playing some very good football. The last time out, they narrowly beat us, and we hope we can get even a draw or get one up on them today.
In terms of the chemistry of the squad now, of course, Nicholas would have come back in from international duty and been scoring as well. Has he helped to gel this team even better together?
Yes, definitely. Nicholas gained some experience, and he come back and he's teaching the youngsters how to play together more and stuff like that. But nevertheless, the players are really working very hard in training, so hopefully they can display their talent today.
How do you feel about your performance so far in the Premier League?
I know there's always room for improvement, but I think I'm holding my own just so far.
Talk to me about the different stages. Obviously, you'd have played schoolboy football this year and now the Premier League. What about the adjustment? How easy was it for you, the transition?
It wasn't very easy because, boys are different from men. So in schoolboy football, it was like a walk in the park, but here, you have to move faster. Everything you do have to be quicker.
And no more game time and finding a goal as well. Has that helped your confidence in terms of doing well on the stage?
It helped me a lot. Scoring the first goal in the Premier League boosts my confidence.
And Chris, the player to watch is Jeremy Nelson. Of course, he's an experienced campaigner in the Premier League.
Yeah, and he's played all kind of positions for Garnet Lawrence so far this season. Real utility players. Played as centre-back, played in central midfield. He's also played as striker as well. And the brother of Nicholas Nelson, the team captain, has 1 goal and 3 assists so far this season, Jeremy. And a useful player for this Molynes unit.
Take a short break. Back with so much more as we continue our coverage of the Jamaica Premier League on your home of champions. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Tony Sporting Sports Complex as we prepare for the first game of this doubleheader. Dunbeholden against Mullins United. And here in Arnett Gardens, not quite a big crowd in, just a few spectators will be looking on at this first encounter. Of course, most of them will come in a little bit later on for the second game of the doubleheader, but for right now, all eyes are on the teams making their way out to the middle. And it is a young rivalry, isn't it? This is basically the sixth time that both these teams will be facing off with each other, and it is a matchup which is dominated by Dunbeholden FC. In the 5 matches that they've played, Dunbeholden, they have won 4 of them, losing only once, 11-6 on aggregate, and they should come into this game as overwhelming favourites as well. But let's see what Molynes United will cook up at dusk here at Arnett Gardens. Dunbeholden, a very exciting team, of course, with a strike force, the envy of a lot of teams in the Premier League, with Atafroy, Bygrave and Peter McGregor. As we take a look at the officials in charge of this one, Tyrone Robinson will be the man in charge. He'll be assisted by Lloyd Edwards and Ricardo McKenzie. Romain McKnight is the 4th official.
Gentlemen, let's get it going. Do it all nice and easy, right? Remember, you see everything. Please, nice and easy.
Dunbeholden's lineup, well, we can note the names that are missing, but we'll get into that in just a little while. Jaheim Williams is in goal, the back 4 for Sean Taylor, Shaquille Dyer, Sean Dua and O'Dane Samuels. In the middle of the park, Saniki Burton, Shakeen Powell, Demario Phillips and Dwayne Smith. Behind the strikers, Bygrave and McGregor.
They'll be playing with a 4-4-2. Big misses. No Nicoy Christian, no Fabian McCarthy. The heart of their midfield. They still do have the potent strike force, though, of Bygrave and McGregor. 14 goals between the two.
Speaking of 14 goals between the two, just 3 goals in the Molynes United starting 11. And we'll show you the starters now. The captain, of course, is Peter Harrison. He will be between the sticks. In front of him, Damian Thomas, Sergini Frankson, Rashawn Plummer, as part of a back 4 in the middle of the park. Jaheim Harris, Tyreek Wilson, Javon Brown, Theon Palmer, and up top, Raheem Stone and Dijon Grant on the wings. And of course, their number 7, Jeremy Nelson, is their striker.
They'll be playing with a 3-4-2-1. Their leading goal scorer and team captain Nicholas Nelson, brother of Jeremy Nelson, not in the starting lineup. Big miss for them. He has 7 goals so far this season and has been in a rich vein of form, especially coming off of national duty. And that would be a big miss for them. His brother will lead the line. He did a good job the last time. So it'll be interesting to see, with all these changes, how the teams have been based on form. You'd think that Dunbeholden should run away with this one, but then the heart of their midfield has been changed. You just wonder how that will affect the chemistry. And no Nicholas Nelson in the Molynes lineup, how will that affect their potency?
Thing about this season that they don't have to worry about midweek games, so you can't really look at rest being a part of the overall strategy in terms of how they utilize their players. But let's see, we'll get word a little bit later on as we prepare for kickoff here at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. It will be Dunbeholden, of course, in their full blue outfit. They'll be kicking off here, and in this first half they'll be kicking into a slight wind. Let's see how they'll be able to utilize that one.
Also to note, Jaheim Williams between the sticks for Dunbeholden. No Damian Hyatt.
And we're on the way here at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. Dunbeholden, we're used to seeing them with free-flowing, attacking style football. Let's see if that will be manifested this afternoon heading into the evening. Molynes United, of course, they are seeking to climb the table. They don't have a lot of goal scorers in their ranks. But they are with the possession now with Palmer. Boulding to the edge of the box. Let's see what they can do with this. And not a lot. Dwayne Smith has it now for Dunbeholden. Trying to launch to Atafor Bygrave. Burly figure. The leading goal scorer with 10 strikes to his name. He has been really impressive this season at the forward Bygrave. Trying to get moving along that left flank, Dunbeholden. And Molynes with the easy interception.
Was going through a bit of a dry spell after coming off of national duty at Tafford Bygrave, but then scored a penalty in the 2-2 draw with Waterhouse to take him into double figures. He scored in open play for a few matches though. And as you said, I don't think you'll have the same level of supply chain with Christian and McCarthy being out.
Both Rangers actually. Ball sent inside the area. Oh, that's a big chance, you know. And the keeper had to gather that one quickly. Jakeem Williams. It really was a dangerous ball inside the box that Williams no doubt would have seen late in order to gather, because it went it went through a couple of bodies there and Williams had to keep an eye on it.
Early exposure. And there's been changes, as we mentioned, in the back line for Dunbeholden, because there's the experienced Damien Hyatt, 2-time Premier League winner, and Pusey is out, as we see Harold Thomas, the coach, ringing in the changes, some forced because of injury. And yeah, that would be a big deal for Dunbeholden.
Ball punted long to the edge of the box, and they couldn't do a lot with that one. There's Garnet Lawrence, the man in charge of this unit. Looking on. It's a bright start by Mullins United, and here they come trying to get another attempt on target. It's another big chance here, looking for that additional yard of space. It was always going to be difficult for him to get it. Finally, it's hacked out of the area. No, they counter. It's Dwayne Smith. Smith lays the cross. Goal! Peter McGregor, his 5th this season. They soaked up some pressure in the first 3 minutes, and on their first real attack, they convert. Dunbeholden, they really are the equal team, and they lead Mullins United by a 1-0.
22nd goal of the season for Dunbeholden. A bit of a scratchy start, but yeah, Peter McGregor and Ataforai Bygrave, quality up front. They're not missing those two. Good ball by Dwayne Smith, and look at that for a finish. One time, opened up his body well to allow the left foot to place it so well. Not an easy finish by any means. He was under pressure as well, McGregor, but that is the quality of the former McGrath man. Top finish.
Harrison moved when the ball had passed him. McGregor, he really doesn't miss from there.
It took Dunbeholden 39 minutes in the early fixture this season, where they won by a 1-0. It was a Phillips strike after 39, much earlier now.
Bygrave on it. Can be done here. Smith in support. Bygrave, wasn't the best pass from him as he tried to play it and keep it all along the turf. But Mullins United, they have been shell-shocked here. They really have. They started brightly, didn't they? They were in the attacking third for a lot of the opening 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden,
all of 3 minutes.
All of 3 minutes. It was their first real attack though from Dunbeholden, and they really were torn apart in that play.
And certainly defending initially within their midfield, and it allowed the ball to come wide to Smith. And really an incisive pass, very accurate. Smith's first assist for the season as well.
Here's another chance. Smith trying to get on the end of this one, but too much work for him to do on that occasion. Hounding Dye in the process. The clearance not the best, and you'd want a do-over there, trying to place that one once again inside the box, but couldn't quite control it. Here's Mullines. Ball almost went all the way through. The referee tells him to get up because he doesn't believe that a foul was there on Raheem Stone. And now here's Bygrave. Trying to... Oh, did he get a knock to his face? He did. Went down in a heap there, did Demario Phillips.
Four.
Here's a look at the challenge. Damian Thomas didn't know a lot about it, the defender. But it is a free kick for Dunbeholden in a dangerous spot.
Sam.
So free kick to Dunbeholden. Peter Harrison is trying to make sure his wall is in the correct position. Couple of options here. And this one is, oh, it had to be touched over, right? Phillips driving that one. And Harrison had to make a save. It took a wicked deflection there. Had to keep his eyes on it.
Yeah, good pace behind it from Phillips. Down the centre though, so yeah, even with the deflection, I guess Harrison would say it was routine. Just had to push it over the bar. Went for power instead of placement, Phillips. Does have really good ability with the inside of his boots as well, but this time he went with the instep.
Dwayne Smith looking to provide another assist here in this game. Lofted at the back post. Headed away. And Smith will allow it to go out into touch. This team from St. Catherine really doing well this season. A team that has always played attractive football, but this season they are picking up the points along the way. Dunbeholden.
Mullines now have conceded 25 goals. And yeah, second most in the league, just behind Montego Bay with 29 conceded. So even though they've had a string of pretty good results, 10 points from their last 5 games, the fact is they have been conceding as well.
Wilson trying to spread it out wide and does. Mullins United trying to settle, playing the ball around, but Dunbeholden doing the pressing, and that's a late challenge called.
Not surprised that you'll see, I think, a lot more long balls played by Dunbeholden today, because they just don't, as I said, have that quality within the midfield in terms of the spine of their midfield with Christian and McCarthy. Those little short passes, the chemistry with themselves and Phillips.
Is that something that Mullins United will be thinking that they could utilize, or really take advantage of in this game? Must be what they're thinking. And no wonder they started off sprightly, didn't they?
Yeah, you'll need to see Jeremy Nelson getting a little bit more involved. Skillful player, the Mullines number 7, but they'll certainly miss the captain, because very speedy, creative in himself, works hard, Nicholas Nelson, and he would have been the kind of player that would have caused problems for a changed Dunbeholden starting lineup.
Look at this ball over the top. Smith giving chase, looking up. Has some yards of space to run into, giving it up to Phillips. Oh, it is sent wide. But Sean Taylor sends this one inside the box. It's too close to Peter Harrison. And the custodian trying to let fly quickly doesn't work for his team. Phillips is in the way. Taylor inside. Back to Shaquille Powell now. Who's not a bad deputy in the middle of the park, Shaquille Powell, to be fair, for Dunbeholden.
Well, he starts most games, but he's more of a defensive midfielder. Doesn't have the same level of creativity as the two missing ones. But breaks up play very well, Shaquille Powell, the number 21, and then gives it to the creative talents of Christian McCarthy and even Phillips at times.
And he is more of a utility player. Sometimes I see him on the left side of the midfield as well, Shaquille Powell. Usually in partnership with Nicoy Christian. Remember yesterday, that last year, or last season rather, that partnership bore a lot of fruit for Dunbeholden. Nelson needed a better delivery than that.
Also realised on the bench there's no Zelano Barnes either, so a lot of players missing from this squad today for Dunbeholden. We'd think with so many changes that Barnes would have probably started, because a player with a lot of creativity and versatile as well, but he's not on the bench either. He's not in the squad today.
You do need a,
so it's a thin bench.
Squad.
Yeah, it's a thin bench. Well, they do like a small squad, as Harold Thomas, and most games the starting lineup has remained the same. Very few changes. This would have been a fluke.
They've lost possession again, Dunbeholden, but they win it back. Dwayne Smith. Samuels. Phillips. Phillips acting as a third defender at the moment at the back. Dunbeholden is number 9, there he is. One thing about this Dunbeholden team, they pride themselves with ball playing possession, although they have lost possession for the second time in about a minute or so. Sliding challenge coming in and a belated whistle against that challenge from O'Dane Samuels. It's going to be a free kick to Molynes United.
Molynes' only victory in this fixture came in their first match against them, a 1-0 win it was for Molynes, and since then Dunbeholden have taken charge. Well, they've taken charge so far in this game as well. This one's some way out. I would think this is at least 30-35 yards out.
Well, we know Jaheim Harris can hit them, we really do. This is some way out though. Also there is Plummer, but it's going to be Harris with that one, and he didn't make a proper connection on it at all. Bygrave was trying to find McGregor. Harrison sends it long, too long. Well over the head of Theon Palmer. Got a foot in there. Powell is trying to set up McGregor. Molynes United defenders saw it all the way. Dunbeholden with the majority of the possession, not surprisingly, at 60% after 15 minutes. Speak about the need to have a big squad. Dunbeholden still thereabouts, close to the top of the Jamaica Premier League. They would have lost, of course, Trevante Stewart to Mount Pleasant. Although, to be fair, Mount Pleasant, they were in a real shopping mood.
And he opened his account for Mount Pleasant yesterday as well. In match week 15, Trevante Stewart, his third of the season. So, yeah, that was a big loss for Molynes. Added some depth to their already shallow team. Or shallow squad.
I wonder if they're thinking to do a swap with Mount Pleasant, but then possibly they couldn't afford the wages. Dwayne Smith, he hasn't given it up. Does well. Gets the corner. It's Phillips, in fact, was giving chase from deep. So another corner kick. Phillips again to deliver. Driving this one. Oh, that's wonderful. It really is. To get his second of the game, Peter McGregor. A lovely delivery inside. And a header to remember from McGregor. His 6th this season. And it's 2-0 to Dunbeholden.
Just wondering here if it took a slight deflection as well. After, let's see the delivery here. Lovely from Phillips. Excellent here. Yeah, it just came off the back of somebody. Look at it here from McGregor. Just chinked off the back of somebody. It was on target anyhow.
Maybe Taylor.
Yeah, and it actually lifted the ball a bit more and made it extra difficult for Harrison. But yeah, McGregor, very good in the air, strong, direct, powerful. What an addition he has been to this Dunbeholden team. This young man wears the number 27 for them. And 6 goals on the season. Wow.
He really does hit the ball well, Peter McGregor. And the Twin Towers, they threaten in the air, they threaten on the ground. And McGregor just proving his worth yet again in the air with a well-timed header. Even with the deflection, it made it even more difficult for the Mullins United custodian, Peter Harrison. And Dunbeholden at the moment sitting pretty.
Demario Phillips with his 4th assist of the campaign. Let's not forget his ability to deliver quality crosses into the box. And that one coming from the corner flag, it was excellent.
So Jaheim Williams getting some attention from off the bench. Wondering if just a little bit of cramp there that he was suffering from.
Well, he hasn't had much game time at all because it's been Damien Hyatt between the sticks from the start of the season. So they'll be hoping he's fine. No Hyatt on the bench. Ronaldinho Small obviously is their reserve goalkeeper and has been from the start of the season.
So, how will Mullins United respond? McGregor trying to win the ball. Lost it. Ball tapped forward. Smith again, he was looking for his striker. Didn't reach Bygrave on that occasion. Now Nelson collecting for Mullins United. Looking to do the give and go with Javon Brown. Mullins United not quite settled.
Well, as I said, the first 3 minutes belonged to them, but that's been it. Haven't got anything constructive going forward. Molynes definitely missing their captain. And his chemistry with his brother is excellent as well. Remember the last time they played at Sabina Park, how good the brothers were. Has a niggle today, Nicholas Nelson, and that's why he hasn't started. He's on the bench though, so I'm sure at some point we will see him. There's his brother Jeremy, older brother. Just a 1 goal so far this season, 3 assists, but he's been a real impact player and a utility player for Molynes. Certainly hasn't gotten into this game so far.
No, he hasn't. And it is Dunbeholden with the possession. And they're pretty comfortable in it at the moment. You mentioned not a lot of goal scorers in the Mullins United starting line, just 3, with Nelson being one of them, Theon Palmer the other, so too Jaheim Harris. It's Nelson who's on the ball now, and in the way was Theon Palmer. And that should be a free kick to Mullins United. Foul called against Bygrave. And there is the Nicholas version of the Nelson brothers.
Fresh off his national reggae boy experience, Nicholas Nelson. Great moment for him. There's a broad smile this afternoon, even though his team is 2-0 down.
Mullins United, they are trying to press and regain possession, and in the meantime almost gave up the foul.
I'm sure though that Molynes will have done their homework and remembered what happened to Dunbeholden last week, where they enjoyed a 2-0 lead early and were very much relaxed and in control against Waterhouse. And well, we know how that game ended.
Yeah.
2-2.
But do they have the pedigree of Waterhouse to get back in this game? That's the question. Good
point.
Nelson has lost it. And it's picked up and fired! Oh, that's majestic! That is a stunning strike! Jaheim Harris! Well, that's a second introduction to the Premier League. It's his second goal, but what a hit from the youngster! And with that, Mullins United, you're back in it!
What did you say about the quality? Well, there it is. Jaheim Harris heard you on the pitch. Do they have the quality? Yes, they do. We've seen this in the schoolboy season for Edwin Allen from him, Jaheim Harris. Miskicked a free kick earlier, but he is certainly a wonderful technician with the instep, Jaheim Harris. And there is an example of it. No chance whatsoever for Jaheim Williams. And just like that, Molynes have had nothing going for them until that moment of brilliance.
Well, that's one of the top goals in the league so far this season. What a hit that was.
Almost as if he was listening to you.
Where would the quality come from, right?
Exactly. And he's like, hey, we wear yellow and blue too.
Indeed. Indeed. Out of nothing, Mullins United, they're back in it, but they haven't stopped running, to be fair. They have continued their high pressing game, and a couple of times they've hurried Dunbeholden in defence. And yes, they've lost possession, Dunbeholden, but Mullins United, they weren't able to capitalise until now.
Yeah, can't say they did much wrong, they Dunbeholden. It's just a really top strike from Jaheim Harris.
And that is known to lift teams in the past. Can Mullins United ride this wave?
certainly from a neutral's perspective, this is what you'd want to see.
Oh yeah.
Brings the game alive. And Dunbeholden scored their second goal. A lot would think that Dunbeholden would have just ran away with it from there. Garnet Lawrence now off his chair.
Yep, he's invested now. And who wouldn't be? What's happening here? Controlled breathing. Let's hope everything is okay. Not sure if he was winded there or if there was a collision. Well, he's been told to take deep breaths, and that's exactly what he's doing. They're testing his oxygen level as well. Let's hope he's going to be okay.
That is the goal scorer as well, Jaheim Harris, who is down. Garnet Lawrence bringing across some instructions in the meantime. Good to see that Jaheim is now sitting up. Substitute warming up as well.
So he's back on his feet, obviously, and it seems as if he's going to continue. But oh goodness, that was a little bit frightening. I think it was an off-the-ball incident. I don't think he collided with anyone. We saw where they tested his oxygen levels, and obviously he's okay now, because if the levels were low, he surely wouldn't continue. Maybe he was just winded.
Well, I guess we can monitor it as the game goes on. He's back on the park now, so just wonder if he was overexcited at his goal.
Well, the hit was a powerful one. It probably took a lot out of him, actually. Well, he got himself in trouble there, and Mullins United, can they capitalize? The ball whipped inside the box, and there's nobody there at the far post.
Yeah, that ball was rushed. No sense in putting it into the box like that with no one there. And it was just Jeremy Nelson, who was in a pretty shallow position as well with no help. So,
Again, Mullins United, they continue to press. Oh, Dunbeholden still with the possession. McGregor. Samuels. And it was Sergini Frankson in the way. Harris appears to be okay still. Here's Samuels, delivers, headed out of the box. Well, that's not how you'd want to save the ball, Ian Palmer. Here's Samuels again. Whips in this one. Again, the clearance is made. Dunbeholden trying to make their mark once again on this game. It's another opportunity here for McGregor. Still inside the box. Paul trying to ride a challenge inside the area. And luckily for Harrison, it trickled through to him.
Yeah, not looking very organised in the back line, Molynes. Not decisive. And a team like Dunbeholden can certainly make them pay. Just need to be careful that they're not allowing too much space. They have improved going forward though, Molynes. Obviously the confidence from that goal. A lot more energy in transition, but at the other end they need to be careful.
You know, it's funny because I look at this Mullins United team and it kind of reminds me of Dunbeholden when they first got into the league and the type of ambitious football that they want to play. They're not defensive minded by any means. And they don't have the quote-unquote star players as well, but they do play a nice brand of football. And just like Dunbeholden at the beginning, they don't necessarily garner a lot of points, but they do bring an entertainment factor in their game.
One major difference, though, I think they have conceded a lot more goals than Dunbeholden did when they first came in. Dunbeholden lost a lot of 1-0 encounters.
Yes.
I remember very enterprising games. They just ended up on the wrong end of the scoreline, but they didn't concede a lot of goals. But that is something that Molynes have been guilty of. 30 goals, well, not 30, 27 goals so far this season they have conceded. A little bit too much if you really want to dent the Premier League table.
They really have to be careful at the back. Here's another chance, and was it deflected? Well, the Dunbeholden defence arguing with each other, how they managed to lose that one so quickly. And it was a hand of apology from Dwayne Smith in the end, but what an opportunity there for Dijon Grant in the end, and he'd be disappointed that that wasn't on target.
Mario Phillips not happy with the tracking of Dwayne Smith. They were closing, but there was a slight opportunity, a half chance there for Molynes. Phillips spoke about the need to stay focused and continue their game plan right throughout their 90 minutes.
Here they are coming forward. McGregor, almost the perfect ball. And he was looking to feed Saniki Burton, who was making that run at the back post. And it almost came through.
Good idea, just a little bit too hard. Yeah, just too much on it. Good effort, good attempt. Would have been in as well, Burton, and the goalkeeper Harrison would have been in a lot of trouble had that been accurate.
Burton wins it for Dunbeholden. Last touch off Harris. Took that one well, Harris. Oh, that was a good first touch before he was cut down. And they're asking for a yellow card, the Mullins United players. And will it come out? Yes, it will. And it is shown to Sean Dewar. Thought it was just going to be a conversation.
There was a trailing arm initially. I don't think there was anything in it card-wise. But yeah, that certainly didn't warrant the challenge by Dewar. And I think good officiating by referee Robinson. Here's a run. Oh, that was a challenge.
Yeah. That's a yellow card.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the argument from Dunbeholden is they think it was a foul at the other end of the park with an arm that they feel was thrown. Not sure who received it. But yeah.
So, Javon Brown to deliver. High inside the box. Nelson is there. Oh. He should have expected it. Came off his thigh, I believe, in the end, and went out for a goal kick.
Yeah, difficult ball to get under control just based on the trajectory. I think it was a bit too deep though by Brown. You want to be getting that ball in and around the penalty spot area on the edge of the 6-yard, if anything. Not too close to the 6-yard because he would have been kicking it with the left foot coming into the keeper. But yeah.
Again, Mullines providing the pressure, and Dunbeholden escaping, and they have a free kick deep in their own half. I guess if you're going to be critical of Jeremy Nelson on that previous play, you would have suggested to him that he tried to head it, win the header, but both he and the defender were both backtracking, and it was going to be difficult if he decided not to head it to regain control.
It's at that uncertain height, so I think that's why it came off the thigh in the end. I think it was too low and dipping viciously for him to get his head on it, but yeah, just one of those.
It was probably difficult to judge the flight anyway.
Yeah. Still no real quality in terms of the midfield play for either team. A bit scrappy.
And another scrappy play means a free kick for Dunbeholden as Saniki Burton finds the turf again. Here's the ball sent to the edge of the box looking for Burton. They had to recycle that play. Didn't quite come off as they expected it to. They have another chance here. Burton couldn't get there and will commit the foul on the edge of the box, I believe.
Yeah, well, another arm thrown. And this time, referee Robinson says, yes, that one was not legal. And a shove, and oh yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah, the right arm went up in and around the neck area.
And he panicked, you know.
Left the ball to make a challenge, and then the following arm, yeah.
Was too far from the ball. Daz, he tried to shield it away from Burton.
Yeah.
And he found himself in trouble and he panicked.
Yeah, you really don't want to be leaving the ball when you're defending there to then create a challenge. McCoy.
Ball sent inside the box. Not the most convincing punch away. Lofted inside. The header is handled by Peter Harrison. Bygrove picks it up. On his left foot, fires over the top.
Hasn't been getting a lot of opportunities in the 18-yard box at Tafari Bygrave. This time from about 22 yards out. With the left boot. Never threatening the goal. The Lions have done a good job of limiting his touches in the 18-yard where he's really so lethal.
Nelson, covered well by Dua.
Nelson has been really absent. Disappointing performance by Jeremy Nelson so far. He's usually eager to get on the ball, lots of trickery, running at defenders, but we haven't seen any of that so far. Maybe he misses his brother. One goal and 3 assists on the season for him. There is Nicholas. 7 goals for Nicholas, just 1 assist. He's really been in goal scoring mood recent. Third highest scorer in the Premier League behind Bygrave and Daniel Green.
Turn.
Here's Nelson again. Did well to give himself some space, and again punted long. First touch wasn't the best. Still with possession though, trying to thread that one through. Thomas. McGregor couldn't quite get through.
Yeah, that was too flat in terms of the delivery to Bygrave. You have to look to play that over the top.
There's a late challenge there on Wilson. This is now Harris. You know what he can do with his left foot. Harris being allowed to cut inside, fires, and well, Jaheim Williams was behind it all the time.
Good move by Harris again, strong on the ball. Hasn't had many touches, but when he's got the ball in and around that area, you know what he's about. And he's been good with his first step to get that little space to get off the shot without it being blocked.
Is there one more goal to be had in this first half? There's a challenge that was illegal from Phillips on Tyreek Wilson. And it's a free kick to Mullins United. And the Dunbeholden players aren't too happy with the call.
It's a foul. Kick the inside part of the leg of Wilson. Yeah, certainly made contact with the player and not the ball.
Long ball inside the box, and it's over everyone. And it's another goal kick.
His side certainly have ended the half well. Garnet Lawrence, he'll be happy with how his boys have come back into the half. Conceding 2 goals very early, lackluster defending, not really tracking well. But yeah, thunderbolt from Harris, and his team have continued to press.
Sheffield doing well there to skip by a challenge. As Dunbeholden, they try to make the transition through Phillips, and they've lost it. Nelson giving chase. Dua is in the way. Dua needs some assistance. Nelson is hounding him, and Dua finally makes that clearance, and the challenge was an illegal one from Dijon Grant. Expecting 3 minutes of stoppages to be played according to our producer and our team downstairs, and there's been quite a few stoppages in the first half. Yep. Just to confirm. Frankson, he was looking for the call. Last touch of him for a throw, but he was expecting a foul, Sir Genie Frankson, and it wasn't forthcoming from the referee. And here it goes the other way, Nelson. So, was there a handball there? I think that's what the referee was suggesting, that it came off his sleeve.
Well done.
Taken quickly, and this is fired at the near post, and it was saved by Harrison. I think it was McGregor again who lined up that shot with his right foot, fired, and Harrison had to go down low to make the save.
Powerful strike. Again, too much space allowed in and around that 18-yard area by Molynes, not really communicating well. Yeah, nearly made to pay yet again.
Midway through, time added for stoppages, and it's going to be a corner kick to Dunbeholden. And can they get back their 2-goal advantage here? Phillips is going to be taking this one. Delivered high, delivered well, looking for McGregor. Was headed away, but then Samuels picking it up and lofting it inside the box, and Harrison claims it. Trying to move quickly, looking for Nelson, and wow, Nelson cannot believe the call. He believes it was just a simple coming together there and not an infringement on the play, and you can almost see the wry smile from Dyer. Chris, was there a lot in that?
I don't think there was a lot, but I think Dyer played it well. Maybe lucky to get away with that one. Nelson didn't really change the angle of his run or his movement to block Dyer, but as you said, he played it well, Dyer.
That's it for the first half. We've seen 3 goals in it, and it was Dunbeholden with a 2-0 advantage as they started off the stronger team. Peter McGregor scoring both goals for Dunbeholden. 6 goals to his name so far this season, and Mullins United responded thanks to their number 9. It was a fantastic hit from Jaheim Harris. Gave us a little bit of a scare minutes later as he had to go through some breathing exercises on the turf, Jaheim Harris, but it was in the aftermath of him scoring his 2nd goal this season. And Jeremy Nelson has had quite a few touches on the ball, but not a lot of fruit. At the end of the 45 minutes, it's Dunbeholden who leads by the odd goal in 3.
Monday Night Football in the Jamaica Premier League at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex here in Arnett Gardens. Dunbeholden lead Mullins United by 2-1 after 45 minutes. It's been an exciting one so far. Let's have a look at the first half highlights. Referee Tyrone Robinson getting us off underway, and Mullins, they were on the front foot early. That only lasted for the first 3 minutes. And it would create a little bit of a bother in the 18-yard area of Dunbeholden, and then they would create this opportunity. Unsure defensive work in the middle of the park, and the ball would fall free to Dwayne Smith. Lovely pass inside, and just look at how Peter McGregor opened up his body to add his 5th of the season. That came after just 4 minutes. There it was, poor defending there by Mullins, and then the pass out wide to Smith by McGregor. McGregor then getting inside the box, lovely pass, and he opened up his body and hit it with the left foot very well, placed it beautifully past Harrison, and by the time Harrison could react, the ball was in the back of the net. 1-0 to Dunbeholden, and their 22nd of the season. They would take control of the fixture at this point. Demario Phillips with a lovely strike from outside the box, went for power, well saved by Harrison, and then this, what a delivery from Demario Phillips, his 4th assist of the season, and he found the head of Peter McGregor, strong in the air, clinical header into the far corner, and a brace for him. 6 on the season for McGregor, and Dunbeholden in full control until this moment from Jaheim Harris, the schoolboy from Edwin Allen. What an instep strike with the left boot by Harris. This coming against the run of play into the far corner. No chance for Jaheim Williams between the sticks for Dunbeholden today. And the technique of that instep strike, top quality by Jaheim Harris, the number 9. And his 2nd of the season. That was 2-1 after 24 minutes. And then that strike again nearing the end of the first half for Dunbeholden, not able to add to their lead. And that's how we would leave it after 45. 5 shots, 4 on target for Dunbeholden. They have looked good going forward. 2 on target from 3 attempts for Mullins. Not as structured, but they finished the half well. Some 17 fouls. And referee Tyrone Robinson has been quite busy. He's shown the 1 yellow card that came to Sean Dua. And 3 corners for Dunbeholden. They scored from 1 of them as well. And 3 saves for the 2 keepers. Mullins making 2 of them. Majority of the possession for Dunbeholden, and the majority of the goals as well. They lead by 2-1 after 45 minutes. We go to a break, and we leave you with the action from Sunday's games.
The highlights of this one, pretty exciting. Cavalier trying to find something early, but giving the ball away. And Humberland first sighted goal, Javian Thompson with a right-footed strike, and the save from Jadine White, who would not do as well in this follow-up play. Climbs high for it here, but collides with Clennon, doesn't hold the ball, and Kimar Mullins left-footed fires this one in, beats a cluster of players, and giving Humberland the 1-0 lead. Yeah, there it is. Got over the ball really, really well, Kimar Mullins. And the ball there spilled by White, and Cavalier paying the price. Celebrating Humberland's goal. Campbell's free kick headed into the side netting by Melvin Doxile, the St. Lucian. There were moments when Cavalier tried to get back, but again, Humberland putting the pressure on. Andre Clennon's header on goal as White is beaten as he went for it. That one hit the crossbar. In transition, Kimar Mullins, who had already scored, hits the 2nd goal of the afternoon, his 3rd goal in 2 matches. Outruns and out-hustles the Cavalier defender Richard King before placing his right-footed shot past Jadine White and giving Humberland a 2-0 advantage that they would not relinquish. Fine strike there by Mullins. Fergus cross inside. And Shamari Dallas, a workhorse here for Humberland, tries a goal from the edge of the box, goes wide, but White feels he knew where that one was. A red card here for Xavier Virgo for that challenge on Kenroy Campbell. upset Xavier Virgo is with the referee's red card on him, claiming that it was his shoulder and not his elbow. Campbell here having an opportunity, crosses inside and the header onto the crossbar from Giovanni Lang. That was just moments before the half-time break. Cavalier with an opportunity to pull a goal back. Here they are again, Cavalier on the advance. Left-footed strike there. That goalkeeper doesn't hold that well. Held that one well. Dennis Taylor solid in the afternoon for Humberland in goal. Effort from distance from Dwayne Atkinson, substitute for Cavalier, easily held. And here comes Lorenzo Lewin on the charge toward goal here. Puts this one across, and the substitute Paisley, left-footed, misses the target. That would have made it 3-0. That was coming up to stoppage time. Another effort on goal over the top. Cavaliers' last effort on goal here. Taylor doesn't handle it well first time, but blocks the second ball. And Cumberland holding on for a victory. The policeman, referee Stephen Duarte, in charge on the night. Arnott making their intentions clear early. Marlon Allen with a strike on goal early. Here he's again finding the ball across the area. Staple missing it, and Arboin missing it as well. Here's a big moment of the first half when Cephas just darts away from his rivals. Amal Knight only partially stops it. And Marlon Allen, the youngster, right on spot to finish. 1-0 to Arnott Gons after 30 minutes. But the pace and the speed of Cephas undeniable here. Rand Wellington can't keep pace with the Arnott number 7. And it's Marlon Allen that celebrates with his coach Paul Teagan Davis. Cephas having an opportunity here, cuts the ball onto the left, but by then the Harborview defenders had positioned themselves. Before the half-time break, Kasim Priestley would drive one from only almost 40 yards. Had Eric Edwards scrambling across his goal. Guthrie played well tonight. First pass, Shandy James. Now Arboin slides the ball past Amal Knight. But that first pass from Guthrie turned by Allen, then Shandy James. Finishing very well there for his 5th goal of the season. Alright, we're in charge here now by 2-0. Arboin celebrates. Here comes Cephas again. Arnott keeping the pressure on. Fabian Reed, just moments after it come on as a substitute, coming on to the end of this cross from Gerard Neal and heading past Amal Knight for goal number 3. And away for Paco Blacks, that's what they call him, Fabian Reed, to enter the field of play. Harborview would have had their moments. Ball coming right across goal. Stapley here having an opportunity to crack a goal. 5 goals already this season for him. But he didn't get that one on target. Harborview with Lewis a substitute with a left-footed strike to the near post. But Eric Edwards solid in goal for Arnott Gons right there. Red card to Cunningham for a slam to the face. And that's how this one ends.
Welcome back to the Tony Spalding Sports Complex as we prepare for the second half between Dunbeholden and Mullines United. And Dunbeholden, of course, leading by the odd goal in 3, and the second half gets underway now with Mullines United in full yellow and Dunbeholden in their full blue strip. Chris Taylor is still with me, and Mullines United played better in the second half of that first half, so to speak. Let's see what they have to offer. They were actually trailing by 2-0, Mullines United, and then a stunning goal from Jaheim Harris brought them back into contention, and for a while they threatened to get the equaliser. Dunbeholden also had their chances to get back their 2-goal cushion, but both teams unable to take it in the latter stages of that first half. Let's see what both these teams have to offer now in the second half. Mullines United, they certainly cannot be written off, despite the fact that they weren't at their sharpest at all in that first half. Nelson trying to win that one. Almost got through to Jaheim Harris on the right. Couldn't keep that one in play. Bygrave. Burton, I think he was looking for a call in his favour and it wasn't going his way. So he comes in to make a challenge, and then an illegal one from Rashawn Taylor. Mullines United, they take it quickly. Nelson trying to win the header for a second time. Also there's Javon Brown. McGregor. Nicely done by Dunbeholden. Burton now. The overlapping run made by Rashawn Taylor, couldn't keep it in play though. Certainly looked as if he was moving quickly on this left-hand side.
The ball was moving faster. There's a change for you.
Macon Aldridge.
Yeah.
On for Stone.
He'll add something within the middle of the park. Macon Aldridge is Kingston Technical Schoolboy, very strong on the ball. The young 18-year-old. Super skill as well.
Deliver inside. Oh, there's a whistle on the play and free kick to Dunbeholden.
And that's the second change. Simpson on for Palmer. Was warming up from very early in the first half. Was Simpson, when they thought that actually Harris would have had to have been changed. Unfortunate for Mullines that Nicholas Nelson, obviously they're very concerned about the niggle that he has, or he would have been on the park already. So yeah, Garnet Lawrence probably hoping that they can keep it close for majority of the second half, and then he'll probably give Nelson a little piece of the action to see if he can probably come up with something special. Not much in that, but Simpson would have clicked the heels there of McGregor. Oh, there is actually Zalana Barnes wearing the number 7. Didn't pick him up on the squad sheet initially, but he is there. And there's Nicholas Nelson now warming up. Would certainly have started. Leading goal scorer for Mullines with 7 goals on the season, 3rd highest in the Premiership.
Can he keep that one in play? No, he can't. Keeper screams for it, doesn't quite get there, and the shot was blocked. And the keeper is still down. The referee will stop the play surely. Eventually he does, and no doubt the Mullins United players are upset. The flag did go up for offside anyway against Thorne Simpson. But wow, drama.
Just calm in the situation, Tyrone Robinson. This was a tricky situation here. Certainly wasn't a head collision by any means. Let's see here. Not sure that much was done to the keeper either. The offside flag went up initially.
I think the referee actually blew for the
He blew before.
Yeah,
he blew before. I guess he thinks that Jeremy Nelson had fouled Jaheim Williams, but I don't think there was much in it.
I think he blew the whistle because he saw the keeper down.
Yeah.
Because that came quite a bit of time afterwards. The whistle came
difficult to do that in the middle of
afterwards.
an attack, though.
Mm-hmm.
Especially it not being a head collision.
By the way, Jaheim Harris is going to make his way for one Nicholas Nelson.
Big move for Mullins, so they're taking the risk early. Not much time gone in the second half, and Nelson, who has a slight injury, coming into the game.
Phillips. Oh, such a cool customer. What a pass that was as well, under pressure. Dunbeholden in transition. McGregor going out wide. His strike partner is Bygrave, and the shot was blocked by Rashawn Plummer.
Lovely pass by McGregor, crossfield ball. The first touch was excellent by Bygrave, just setting himself up for the volley, especially from that angle. And it was read well and closed down well by Mullins.
Yep, Plummer in the way.
Rashawn Plummer.
Phillips has gone across to take it. Still, they haven't made the change, Mullins United. Here's the corner kick. That's a lovely delivery. Again, blocked by Javon Brown. Burton picks it up. Trying to stab it through again into the 18-yard box, and it was intercepted. In the way, Shaquille Dyer. Oh, he's running into some space, Dyer. And now is out of position as Mullins United make a charge forward. Harris still on the park, plays it out wide. Jeremy Nelson. It almost went across face of goal. Big chance here. Oh, he didn't get the power he needed, Tyreek Wilson. Neither did he get the accuracy.
Too good a chance for Mullins. Too good a chance. And not taking it. They had about 3 bites at the cherry, Mullins. Every shot scuffed. McQuan Aldridge had the initial attempt. I'm not even sure he made contact. Well, he did make contact. The touch was poor. And then that from Wilson. And that's a lovely opportunity for Mullins. Created by Jaheim Harris, who is about to make his way off the park, is he?
Yeah, he's making his way off this near side. And Nelson now will come on. There he is.
Yeah, I don't think Harris is 100% either, based on what we have seen in the first half. Yes, a strike, but obviously not feeling his best, and that's why he's off so early in the second half.
So the 7-goal man is on the park for Mullins United. Surely a little bit of quality.
I think it will make a big difference, especially with his brother there. Chemistry is good.
If Harris was 100%, I would have loved to see him continue. He was involved in the previous play as well, Harris, in supplying a pass out wide. Just unfortunate that he's not 100%, and Mullins United, the coaching staff, being really cautious with it. Ball delivered inside, not clear properly. Here's a chance, it's first touch. Nicholas Nelson.
Great first touch, bad second touch. That's the man you want it to fall to, though. Lots of confidence. That was a good chest control, chest trap. But yeah, the second attempt was weak.
Phillips.
Problems for this Dunbeholden team. They're just unable to control the ball, control the tempo within the middle of the park.
Aldridge. Wilson. Phillips. Moving away from the Mullins United debris. And here is McGregor. Almost through from Dwayne Smith. Aldridge looking for the return ball. Gets it. Couldn't get by his challenger. McGregor. Will the flag go up? No, it stays down. It's with Bygrave. Again, his shot is blocked.
Change of boots for Ataforai Bygrave. He wore a blue boot in the first half. Now he's changed to probably the ones that scored majority of the 10
Here's
goals.
O'Dane Samuels, needs a good ball. It wasn't the best at the back post.
To start the second half out in number 16, Ryan Stone, and number 14, Peter Palmer. They were replaced by number 36, John Simpson, and number 31, Nathan Andrew.
Brown needs some help.
Number 10, Nicholas Nelson,
Whistle going in his favor.
Number 9, Jackie Harris.
Oh, well, Jaheim Williams needs some attention. That's why the player was stopped. I think Dunbeholden, they're set to make a change. Rashawn Taylor is coming off. And here's Zelana Barnes.
Former Arnett Gardens man, Zelana Barnes. Former youth player for Jamaica. He's played overseas. In Spain for a while.
Dunbeholden still holding on to the advantage in terms of the possession in this game. Nicholas Nelson with a nice turn. Phillips now with the clearance. Thomas. Bygrave, can he get there? It's put into touch quickly by Plummer.
Barnes should have a little bit more ball handling within the middle of the park. Let's see if that helps the ball retention for Dunbeholden, instead of them having to play those long balls constantly to McGregor and Bygrave.
Bygrave. Need a little bit more on that one.
That was a lazy pass by Bygrave.
Samuels need a little bit less on that one. Phillips. He was about to let fly with a pass and he was robbed. Nelson. Nicholas Nelson doesn't look injured as he skips by 3 challenges, although he is robbed. Phillips moving in the other direction. Oh, that was important, the challenge from Javon Brown. He wanted the throw. He gets it. That was a strong challenge coming in from O'Dane Samuels, and the referee just pointing out the many times he had to stop the play because of his aggression, and he goes into the referee's book this time. There's the confirmation, O'Dane Samuels with a yellow card. Has to now tread lightly for the rest of this game. Not the most convincing clearance, but the keeper will mop up. Shaheem Williams. Phillips. He's done well to keep it in play. Barnes earns a throw for his team after the challenge coming in from Nelson. So many times we hear about the top stars should be kept together from the junior level to the senior level, and I think of Zalanda Barnes being one of those stars at the youth level, who would, of course, would have gone to the World Cup as well as many years ago with the young Reggae Boys. Well, there's another strong challenge. Nicholas Nelson gets a yellow card. And Saniki Burton will need some help.
Yeah. Studs exposed. High as well. Yeah. That one will be nasty. Bit of a glancing blow, but his foot was high, Nicholas.
In his mind, he wanted to block it, Nicholas Nelson, I'm sure, but follow through of Burton caught his studs.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's another goal in this one. I just think that a couple opportunities will be created. And with this man on the park, 7 goals in hot form as well. They have good strikers on. Nelson for Molynes, McGregor and Bygrave for Dunbeholden. Three points here would take Dunbeholden, 4 points clear at the top. Of course, that could all change if Waterhouse defeat Portmore, but once they win here, Dunbeholden, they will end match week 15 on top yet again.
It will be quite some storyline. McGregor got a knock to his face. Jeremy Nelson not having the best evening.
And a chance for those whippy crosses of Demario Phillips yet again. He already has 1 assist.
Phillips, we know that he can deliver. This is a good looking one. But the players were attacking again, they just misjudged the flight, I thought. Oh, ball has gone through to Nicholas Nelson. Has a couple of defenders to contend with and couldn't get by the first one. But here is again. Aldridge. Maquan Aldridge. But he does have a little bit more power. Aldridge. Looking for his first goal in the league this season.
I would like to see him play with a little bit more energy in the middle of the park, Maquan Aldridge.
Smith to Bygrave, who is offside.
No doubt about his touch and flair, but at this level, just probably needs a little bit more energy within that midfield for Molynes. Not sure how much Simpson would have touched the ball since he's come on.
Oh, lovely stuff. Then the sliding challenge to deny McGregor advancing on that left-hand side. So a bit sloppy at the back. They still have the possession lines and trying to make that transition now. Aldridge should have done better. Touched further wide. But Ian Samuel's on a roll. That didn't work. And so it's Mullins United's time. This is Nelson. Playing a lot deeper. I think he was looking for that. You could see that from a mile away. He was under pressure, felt the slightest touch and went down too easily for my liking. Thorne Simpson.
Yeah, and the game is a bit scrappy now. You see, Dunbeholden want to just keep possession, knock it around, but as I said, no McCarthy, no Christian, those touch players in the middle of the park know how to control the tempo, great vision and creativity. And those kind of quality midfielders tend to have 2 and 3 and 4 options before they even get the ball.
Nelson is so annoyed at the whistle being blown against him in this game.
I'm not sure if he's as annoyed as a referee. He's had to call for silly infringement by Jeremy Nelson so many times this evening.
Well, Carl was trying to get on the end of that one. Ball sent high. Simpson. Oh, he wins it. It's a chance here. Oh, it's over the top. And he really should have done better, Tyreek Wilson. Still looking for his first goal this season. And Wilson just could not keep the effort down. Disappointing in the end.
Disappointing second half it's been for Dunbeholden as well. Lack of concentration at the back, giving away this opportunity, and I agree with you, Wilson should have hit the target. Had that gone near post with the power that he hit it with, it probably would have beaten Williams as well, because Williams was almost leaning right-sided. So yeah, that near post strike with that swirl on it.
Yeah, the hand wasn't anywhere near the ball.
Yeah, he would have been in business, Wilson. This is what Demario Phillips was complaining about though, pre-match. That the second half performances, there's a lack of consistency. They don't continue what they've been doing in the first half, keeping possession, moving the ball a lot, quick in transition. That hasn't happened.
He sent that long. And that was just full of panic there, the clearance. Sean Plummer just getting it away eventually. Didn't matter how.
Yeah, well, it was a nice knockdown by McGregor, looking for his strike partner, Bygrave, and had he not gotten a boot on that, Bygrave might have been in.
It's going to be Dwayne Smith, he's the one who's gone across for Dunbeholden. Delivery. Here's a chance. Effort was blocked. Still an opportunity here. Couldn't set it up properly for Bygrave. Oh, they've lost it, and there's a foul on Nelson. This time the whistle goes in his favor. Well, the kick wasn't taken anywhere near the infringement, but play continues. Ball dinked inside the area. It's a chance for McQuan Aldridge, and Smith is back there.
Yeah, poor from Aldridge. Not good refereeing by Tyrone Robinson either. How could that ball have been? I mean, it's almost as if we were playing American football and you got a 10-yard penalty. I mean, the ball was advanced at least 10-15 yards. Ridiculous.
I'm surprised you know a thing or two about American football, Chris Taylor.
I surprised myself as well.
Was it a third down? He's found the turf again. Raheem Williams.
I think for Molynes it's certainly 4th and goal.
Well done. Very well done, my fellow Ardenite. Speaking about youngsters, we know a fellow youngster is watching in NICU daily in the United States. Of course, he's now with Cincinnati FC 2 in the MLS Pro, which is essentially the 3rd division in the US Soccer League. Let's take a look at the SportsMax app moment, and it's no surprise that it's from this youngster, Jaheim Harris, who picked it up and then rifled that one in. That was really magnificent. You remember that one? A thunderous effort. And that's the SportsMax app moment, courtesy of the SportsMax app. You can download it today to keep abreast on what's happening in the Jamaica Premier League as well as the English Premier League and the Champions League, of course. You can also watch a SportsMax zone on it, as well as the WTA Tour and the NBA now in its playoff stage. So some changes are being made. John Grant is off.
Livingston is on. I like that change as well. Livingston, a player that does play with quite a bit of energy. He hasn't scored so far this season, Rashawn Livingston. But I think it could be enterprising with himself and Nicholas Nelson. Let's see.
Substitutions in the 77th minute. First, Dunbeholden, Wilson 17.
Here's a chance. Brown. There was a collision in the box, it seems. A couple of players down, needing some attention from off the bench.
Yeah, that was a lovely run by Livingston. As we said, does provide the energy. There is a collision. But Livingston's run off the bench, excellent here, coming on the left-hand side, creating problems for the right side of the Dunbeholden defense, and it did seem like there was much in it, the collision, but DeAndre Thomas on for the league's top scorer. Tafour Bygrave wasn't to add to his 10 goals today. Had a couple shots that were well blocked by the Molynes defense. The Molynes defense actually think did a really good job at marshalling him. Not many touches in the 18-yard area, which is where he's really dangerous. Doesn't score many from outside the 18. Does Bygrave.
Just to confirm, Livingston came on for Dijon Grant as well. There's Livingston. Has already been involved in the play. We have about 10 minutes to go, plus I suspect quite a few minutes of stoppages to be played. First time pass, not a bad one to Nicholas Nelson. Nelson's delivery at the back post. Livingston has to give chase. Livingston, the lively Livingston, delivers inside. The keeper holds on though. No worries there for Jaheim Williams. You see, a lot of the ball. He's been the busier of the two keepers in this half. Jaheim Williams. Here's McGregor now, though. McGregor. McCall Aldridge just wanted to make sure what was happening. Now what's going to happen here after consultation with his assistant referee?
Wow, he's going to his top pocket as well. Referee Robinson. Wow.
It's a red card that's shown. Did he show it to? Yep, Damian Thomas.
Is it Frankson that he is given the...
I was wondering.
Yeah.
It's Frankson.
Yes, Frankson who is off. Not sure what happened there, but obviously he was advised by his assistant referee.
That something occurred.
Off the ball incident.
That required a straight red.
Nobody's down at the moment, but is it something he said? I'm not sure. Frankson didn't really argue much. Got the red card, he didn't really dispute it. It is a shake of the head, no. But yeah, he didn't seem like he was surprised.
So Mullins United down to 10 players as they try to get back into this game. Must have been something he said, right?
Well, it certainly wasn't the challenge there. And I don't see anything after to suggest that there was a reaction, because all the Dunbeholden players were on their feet. So, yeah, not sure what was said.
Well, not the first time someone being sent off because of harsh language. But situations like those really leave the crowd and us as commentators quite bemused. The Waterhouse contingent, the supporters, already in the stands for the second game of the doubleheader. They'll face Portmore United.
When those two met earlier this season, it was a 4-0 victory for Waterhouse. They dismantled Portmore. There was also a brace for Cardell Benbow on that day. Their leading goal scorer with 7 as well. Tied with Nicholas Nelson in 3rd position on the goal scoring table. This incident is just unfortunate, though, that Mullins would have been reduced to 10 players, especially in a game like this, so close. And Mullins, you would think, probably have another 1 or 2 chances in them to create. But now with 1 player less, it's so much more difficult. This is the incident here. He does throw a little shoulder, but there's nothing in it there. There's nothing there, so it can't be the challenge.
I don't get it, Chris. I really don't get it. But obviously, it would have been something that he said afterwards.
Yeah, I think it's something that happened just after the challenge. Donald. Did extend his arm, but there was nothing in it. There was no contact to the face, really. It was really in the shoulder. Just would be interested to see what happens after that. He goes towards the assistant. I think the assistant says something to him, or he flags. The assistant flags for the foul. And not sure if he had something to say or put his hand on the assistant or something like that. Not sure.
Phillips. Shot is blocked. Nelson. Under pressure from McGregor. Here they come once more. Simpson sends it into touch, goal kick. We haven't seen a lot of quality in the second half. And Mullins United, they're trying to get back into this contest. And to be fair, Dunbeholden, they haven't offered much. McGregor. Zalana Barnes.
Why not?
They've given up possession too easily. Mullins United. Wow. And so to the goalkeeper to bury it, DeAndre Thomas. What was Peter Harrison thinking? It was a nightmare situation for him. And Thomas couldn't quite put it away. The deflection took it wide.
Thomas, the man for Dunbeholden last season, he was relied on to score when tried to go between the legs. Can't say it was a bad option. Yeah, Harrison looking to release it quickly. And it was horrible. Lucky.
I really don't understand it. It's not like DeAndre Thomas was wearing camouflage. It was right in front of him and he passed it straight to him.
Yeah, he just miskicked it. I think he was trying to go with a low trajectory, a flat kick with the instep, but just got it wrong. And McGregor has struggled. He's going, yeah, McGregor is not going to finish it.
He was questioned in the 63rd minute. That's number 5. Machine. That means Samuel questioned in the 63rd minute. While in the 83rd minute.
Well, Bailey is getting ready to come on. They're number 12. Kimoni Bailey. Speedy player. Likes to run at defenders. Probably end up playing on the left-hand side of things. Very left-footed.
I think Dunbeholden may be making a couple of changes, in fact, soon. Oh, nicely done, Livingston. Trying to get the cross inside. Oh, he got a knock to his face as well, at least I think so. That's what he reacted to. Not sure what was given in the end, whether it was a free kick, but we've seen a couple of instances where defenders tried to shield the ball away and those weren't it, Chris Taylor.
Yeah, I think overuse of the arm by Dyer. Obviously looking to drag down the Mullins attacker. And then maybe a bit of elbow as well. A bit silly by Dyer because now he's put his team under pressure.
Something they didn't need. They need a good delivery though, Mullins United. They really do to make this count. They have sent bodies in the box. I count 6. This one sent in at the back post. Here's a shot that rifled over the top. Had some power behind it.
Wilson.
Tariq Wilson.
Good attempt. Comfortably going over in the end. 6 minutes. Wow. Well, you did predict that there would be quite a few.
Yeah. And now a couple of changes going to be made by Dunbeholden. Well, not quite yet. Still waiting. So the play will continue. Thomas. Last touch off him, I believe. Yep, throw into Mullins United. Nicholas Nelson taps it forward. Livingston. Challenge coming in from Burton. And now the changes will be made by Dunbeholden. Peter McGregor will make his way off.
Did McGregor even make his way back on? He was on a stretcher.
Zakia Wilkes.
Yeah.
I think that was the point. Wilkes
so they were playing with 10 men.
Yeah, they were.
And took so long to make the change as well. That was so surprising. Brave.
And Dwayne Smith is going to be taken out. Provided the assist for the first goal, did Dwayne Smith. Not sure exactly what Kimoni Bailey sees, which is funny, but he's going to come on in just a while.
Or is he? He's been waiting quite a while.
I think Dwayne Smith was taken by surprise that he was the one being taken off. Mullins United, they need to move with some urgency here in order to get back into this game. Shaquille Dar was booked. Here they come again. Oh, that's not a bad well. The keeper did come out and catch it comfortably. There was one player waiting on the back post, but it was never going to reach him. Peter McGregor would have been so influential in that first half and scoring a couple of goals.
Best player on the park today.
Yeah.
I think by quite some way. Scored 2 goals, but he was in the game right throughout, even in the second half. Held up the ball so well. You remember that cross-field pass to Bygrave to create the opportunity as well. That nod down for Bygrave, which he didn't get to. Peter McGregor was excellent. Confirmation coming in as well that the red card was for indecent language to the assistant referee. And that was...
This is earlier with Shaquille Dar going into the referee's book for that challenge.
Yeah, but the red card to Frankson was for indecent language, as we thought, because there was clearly nothing in the challenge. But that's quite ridiculous that he would have said something of that tone to get himself sent off, especially when his team is looking to get something out of this game.
Oh, he's done well. The referee has brought back the play. When Dunbeholden first made their mark in the league, he was such a star player. DeAndre Thomas utilizing his speed to good effect in the first first few matches in the entire first season, actually. Made such an impact. Phillips.
Yeah, they relied solely on him and didn't really have a lot of potency up front. But
oh, lost in a dangerous area. What can they do with this?
Nothing.
Nelson couldn't keep it in play. Both of them need to just be careful now. One of them just need to stop.
And Dyer's already on a yellow card. Why would he do that? The captain, he is on a yellow card. Well, a bit ridiculous here. Both players could easily be booked for this behavior here. This, yeah. Unless, look at that. That could have been that could easily be a second yellow.
Yeah, of course, second yellow for him would have been consequential, of course.
Correct. And more times than not, as you said, both players would get a yellow. But, yeah.
But Dyer would be the one off.
Correct.
He's wearing the captain's armband. He really should know better. Well, that brings the end of a scrappy affair here at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. Second half ended as it began, with Dunbeholden 2, Mullins United 1. Nicholas Nelson came on in that second half and couldn't really provide the breakthrough for the equalizer. Zanana Barnes also was a change made as Dunbeholden held the fort in the second half. The 2 goals from Peter McGregor in that first half making the difference. After 90 minutes, it's Dunbeholden 2, Molynes United 1. And this is the recap of the game here, as Molynes United, in the first few minutes of this one, had a couple of opportunities in the attacking third, but Dunbeholden would settle. And on their first real chance, they actually capitalized. Smith laying it on the platter for Peter McGregor. His 5th goal this season was well placed. Just did well to lay it off to Smith, got the return ball, and he made no mistake from there. Wonderful stuff from Dunbeholden. Their first real attack, first real chance taken. McGregor on the score sheet again. Then they had this free kick, took a deflection, and the Phillips sending this one inside to McGregor. A wonderful header. There was a slight deflection there, and it came off his teammate Rashawn Taylor. But the goal to McGregor, that's his 6th this season. Wonderful header. And then a real moment of quality. The youngster, Shaheem Harris, bringing Mullins United back in this contest with a wonderful effort. Bang! Off the post and in. You'll never forget that. 2nd goal this season. The boy from Clarendon doing well there. We wouldn't see any more goals in this contest, as it petered out to a scrappy affair. We didn't see a lot of quality. Bygrave with a shot which was blocked by Plummer. And then this giveaway to DeAndre Thomas, who couldn't quite find the net, came off Peter Harrison, who would have been relieved, the Mullins custodian, that one didn't end up in the back of the net. 2-1 the final score to Dunbeholden. So 7 shots by Dunbeholden, 5 on target. Mullins with 9 shots, 4 on target. It really was a physical encounter, wasn't it? So many fouls created in this game. And 4 yellow cards were shown, just one to Molynes United, and of course they also received a red card in this one as well. And at the end of the day, Dunbeholden not only with a win 2-1, but they also had the possession stats in their favour at 52%.
Sunday night. First of all, talk to me about the injury. We saw you coming off on a stretcher. Is all well?
Yeah, the injury is all well. It's just an ankle injury I twist during the game.
And talk to me about your transition as well, coming back from Sweden where you were playing overseas and coming into the Premier League. How easy was that for you? You seem to caught on pretty well.
It wasn't easy, to be honest. It was like mindset and game focus that I had since I came back from Sweden. I have a lot of experience and I use it in the Premier League and it's doing well so far.
It was clear to me that Atafa Bygrave early in the season really needed a good partner up front, and the chemistry between the two of you seems to be really clicking right now.
Yeah, we train in the training ground. We do some set plays and some transition during training session, we and the coach, and we executing very well in the games.
And how you feel about your 2 goals today first and your performance overall in this match?
I'm very impressed with myself, to be honest, but it doesn't surprise me because I'm putting the extra work on the training ground and I'm executing well in the games.
All right, Peter, excellent performance today and all the best going forward.
All right, thank you.
Peter McGregor there, our man of the match with a brace and taking his tally to 6 goals on the season. I'm now joined by Garnet Lawrence. Result you would have wanted, a better showing in the second half, but a bit scrappy.
Yeah, it was a big scrappy in the second half, but a better showing. One of the problems is we have a little soreness in the team and we had to rest a couple of our players. Hence, when they came on, you see the better in the second half. But we give thanks for the game.
The fact that you weren't able to start with the club captain Nicholas Nelson and obviously a 7-goal man, did that really hurt you coming in? Did that really work against you?
No, because we were getting chances before we even came on. You know, it was just a little bit of anxiety. You can see the inexperience in the team. We just hope that the next game will look better than this.
And for you, what are the main positives coming out of this? Even though you have lost the game, what are the real positives?
The 70 minutes after the first 20 when they scored, we controlled the game. They are top of the table, and we controlled the game for 70 minutes. We passed the ball a little bit better this week than last week. We had more shots on target, so we have a lot of positive coming out of this.
All right, Garnet, we look forward to your continued development. Look forward to seeing you next week as well.
Thanks.
Garnet Lawrence there, head coach of Molynes. I'm now joined by assistant coach Ricardo Smith, who, well, Ricardo, your team followed through today and you got the 3 points.
Yeah, man, it's a joy. We didn't have the best of games, as you can see, but at least we stuck in there, a hard game, and we got the 3 points.
A lot of changes. Did that affect the chemistry you thought throughout the 90 minutes? No Nicoy Christian, no Fabian McCarthy in the spine of that midfield. What happened there?
Yeah, most definitely it would a different game, different players, you know, more experienced players out. McCarthy, you know, as you said, the spine of the team, Nicoy Christian, the engine. But the players who came in, they gave a good account of themselves today. And look at the 3 points, as I told you.
And as well, the fact that a lot of players would have come into the starting lineup and got opportunities where they wouldn't have had them early in the season. Going on now into the end part of the season, is this good for Dunbeholden because now more opportunity for players that wouldn't necessarily have a chance?
It's a real good task. The rotational system, you can't have 111 players playing for the entire season. By the time we reach the playoffs, we're going to have a burnout, and most of the players going to get injuries and tiredness and everything. So the rotation, we talk about it as coaches, and that's why you see these players today.
Well, you got your wish, you got your 3 points. Enjoy the top of the table for yet another week. All the best, Ricardo.
Yeah, man, thanks. All right.
So this is the table as it stands. Dunbeholden clear, 4 points clear, ahead of Arnett Gardens with a victory this evening. They are on 35 points. Arnett Gardens, of course, next on 31 points. Woodhouse, they can jump into second spot with a win this evening over Portmore United. They are presently on 30 points. Mount Pleasant, they complete the top 4 on 28 points. So, Dunbeholden with a 2-1 win over Mullins United, and they'll be pleased with the 3 points as they are still top of the table.